Jennifer. So firstly, thank you so much for your interest in partnering with TEDxNTU. So let's start with our first question. What does a world reimagined look like to you?
Well, my background is in political philosophy rather than tech, so my perspective tends to be that it will be very much like this one, except with extra bits added on. Because human nature doesn't change very much over time, so I think in 50 or 100 years, people are still going to be people. They might have flying cars and flying skateboards and other things that fly, but yeah, they're still going to be people.
Okay, cool. So in 5 words, describe your world reimagined.
A lot like this one. Is that 5 words? Yeah, that's 5.
Cool. How did you know about TEDxNTU and what makes you want to be on board with us?
So it was first mentioned to me by some people that I went to the St. Gallen Symposium with in Switzerland. So that was a few years ago now. And that's all about sort of trying to predict the future and see what the world will be like in 20 years' time. So a priori, we were all sort of interested in that to start with, and that is how I found out about this and how I ended up being invited to participate.
Nice. Alright, now maybe share with us more about what your company does.
So Lexikat makes text analysis and other natural language processing software. So the idea behind it is that we're in this age of big data, but the data requires a whole lot of processing before it's actually useful. Even very neat, pure numerical data still needs processing and refining and so on. And text data is just a horrific mess, and you need a human to do the analysis. So what we're saying with this company is that you can never get an AI to do 100% of the analysis, just because the AI doesn't know which bit of the text that you're interested in. But what you can do is have an AI assist the human in processing it, and that will just speed up the process and make it a lot easier.
That's really interesting. So how did the company contribute to the reimagined world?
Well, it's a bit difficult because whenever I go to these sort of startup roadshows and these conferences, I'm always speaking after like the guy who cures cancer with recycled plastic or something, and it makes our little research widget look like nothing. But on the other hand, I think that innovation is an incremental thing, and you can make one advance to a particular AI, and then that spreads throughout the system, it gets picked up, and it gets integrated everywhere. These small little algorithms, like Google's PageRank, that was just for deciding what should be at the top of the Google results. But since then, a lot of other people have been picking it up and saying, well, actually, you can do this for network analysis, and you can do this for linguistic analysis, and you can do a whole lot of other things with it. So that is what we're hoping to do with our AI. The main AI running the project is actually patented, but we have a lot of other little branches that aren't patented and are not protected. So they're out there on the internet, and what we hope is that people are going to pick them up and do new things with them and just rework and reimagine them and make something completely different out of them.
Lastly, any message you would like to convey to our audience?
Buy our product. Yeah, I think if they're already here, then they are sort of, you assume that they're going to be interested in this stuff and they're going to be making new things and changing things in the future. So yeah, congrats and keep doing that.
Great. Thank you so much for your time, Jennifer.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.